Let's be honest, is Booker's worth $100 these days? Well, I'm going to review the Storyteller's badge to see if it's worth it. Also, I'm going to give you a quick history lesson to give you the reasons why Booker's got popular in the first place. Okay. Oh yeah. Welcome to Whispering. My name is Dave. And Booker's became really popular in the 90s and early 2000s for three reasons. First, the term small batch. Well, right now, these days, the word small batch doesn't really mean much. I mean, you have 1972 small batch, you have Logic Craig small batch. Any blend feels like it just has the word small batch. But that's because Booker's popularized it. They were the first ones when they came out in 1992 to use that term. But it was really a great term, or it had a great meaning back then. Because Booker's he would take the honey barrels from the best floors of the rick house, 5 and 6, and blend them from a 10, 20, or 30 barrel small batch to make Booker's. And that's why small batch is used these days, because it became so iconic and popular due to Booker's. Second reason, barrel proof. Booker's was one of the, I don't want to say the first, but was one of the first to repopularize the barrel proof or the cask strength bourbons in the United States. In the 90s or even in the 80s, barrel proof bourbons were not popular at all. People thought it was too hot, too expensive, just didn't hit their palate. We can't imagine it now because everything that we want and that's popular today is barrel proof or cask strength. Back then it was Booker's and I think Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Other than that, there was not really many barrel proofs. I mean, Logic Craig barrel proof didn't come out until 2013. I don't know, VTEX came out before, but Stag Jr. didn't come out until 2013. Even Maker's Mark didn't make their cask strength until 2016. And third, the wooden box. Weird as it sounds, this really made Booker stand out of all the bourbons in the 90s and early 2000s. Think about it. If you go to a bar and you see every other bourbon, it'd be good or bad. Let's say you just didn't know too much about bourbons, but you just see everything that's not in a box, and all of a sudden this. Your eye goes towards this. And let's be honest, the bottle itself, absolutely beautiful. It almost feels like it's a wine. The perfect wax, the ribbon. So when you go to a bar, a lot of the bartenders would recommend Booker's because of the presentation. And obviously the barrel proof. It stood out more when it's over ice. And obviously the intensity of flavors was something that a lot of people didn't have back in the 90s. And so when you go to a high-end bar in New York, Philly, Boston, obviously Kentucky, they would recommend the Booker's. And that's how it really became popular within the bourbon-loving community. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Storyteller's batch, the fourth or the last batch of 2023. It is a blend of barrels from 4 different places, from 4 different rick houses, either on the 5th or the 6th floor. Now, the reason it was named the Storyteller's batch is because Freddie No's father, Booker's No, or the original creator of Booker's, was known to be able to strike up a conversation and to tell a story to anybody, friends, family, or even strangers. So Freddie No, in loving memory of his dad, put this statement in the card. I hope you take the opportunity to share stories with family, friends, or even strangers while you sip this batch just as Booker would have done. I know it's not supposed to, but that saying really did push me to buy this batch and do a review. I'm hoping that the Freddie No really took that name and took inspiration to create a wonderful and fantastic batch. And let's be honest, that's what bourbon and whiskey is all about, to share it with others and to share a conversation with family, friends, strangers, and my viewers. Some of the stats on this, it's 127.8 proof. It's aged 7 years, 2 months, and 29 days. And again, that's the youngest out of the barrels. And it's mash bill, 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% barley. And as always, too much talking, not enough drinking. Let's get it. Opening ceremonies. I'm gonna let this open up for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So before I fast forward through my experience to get you the results faster, I'm gonna give you my first impressions. First, the nose. Prototypical Booker's. The palate? Wow, not a prototypical Booker's. At least not of 2023. I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, I'm back. So let me tell you about my experience. First, the nose. Nose was fantastic. So it gave me a sweet aroma right away, just right up front. Bam! Caramel, brown sugar, milk chocolate. And then it went into roasted peanuts, a little bit of citrus, a bit of orange, vanilla creaminess, and a dash of cinnamon spice. Kind of remind me of if I had an aroma. You guys ever had a vanilla ice cream Snickers bar? But you ate half and you left it on a plate and you forgot about it. It kind of melted a little bit. And you put a little bit of dash of cinnamon on that. That's what this would nose like. Vanilla creaminess. But you also get the melted milk chocolate, the caramel, the roasted peanuts. And then it balances it out with a little bit of citrus and the cinnamon spice. The nose, just fantastic. If you're enjoying this content, please push that like button. It really does help me out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because then I can drink more and have a lot of fun. Then I got to the palate. And this is where it gets a little interesting, because I got sharp caramel that was a little young. Then it went straight into spices, a little bit of cinnamon, but a lot of nutmeg. And it felt a little peppery coming down. And then you get a little bit of citrus, but it wasn't the orange, it was more of a lemon tanginess. And then you get a lot of the oak, but the oak wasn't the sweet oak I like. It felt like oak that's been charred very slightly. So maybe it's the age, maybe it's the floor, but either way, it just felt like it needed a little bit more time. The oak finish, it was long, you get a little bit of oakiness, and you get a little bit of spice, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg. It gives you a good hug coming down. But that palate kind of lacked a lot of the complexity and the depth of flavor that I expect from a Booker's. So with all that combined, my experience score, 7.3. Good, but not great bourbon. As I mentioned, the lack of flavor or complexity in the palate really brought it down. The nose, fantastic. The melted Snickers ice cream bar. But then the young oak flavor that I get from the palate kind of killed all the sweetness, the citrus, and the spice that I get. It really left me wanting more. And that's the problem. And so I guess it's a good bourbon. I like to have it. I'll probably finish the bottle, but it's not great. The other factors, allocation, it's a 5. It's not easy to find, but it's not hard to find anymore. Again, I picked this up at Total Wine and More. I saw that at Ralph's the other day. It seems like Booker's is becoming more and more available just because people are not buying the Booker's as much because of the $100 price tag. Style points, still an 8. It's still top shelf. It's still Booker's. People still love that wooden box. They still love this bottle. And I guarantee you, if once I put it up top and some of my friends come over, they will ask to try this because it's a Booker's. Price, as I mentioned, I got it for $92. It's around $90 to $100 depending on where you get it. Secondary, I haven't seen much on the secondary market at all these days. So no secondary pricing. With all that combined, my final rating for Booker's Storyteller's batch, 0.304. It's a sell. Do not buy. I haven't given that rating in a while, but I would pass this batch. For $90, $100, it's just not worth it. I believe the only one that's worth it is probably the 2301 or the Charlie's batch. That one was really good. I don't have a bottle of it, but I had a couple pours, and that one is worth the $90 or $100. This one, there's a lot more better bottles at $90 or $100 that I would get rather than this. Let me know in the comments. Do you like this Storyteller's batch? Also, what was your favorite batch of 2023? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.